Hello and welcome to lesson 4 of week 5. My name is Mildred. In this lesson, we are going to look at image map and image sprite. For this lesson, I have included 2 images in my image folder, one with the name sprite.png and the other one work.jpg. And we are going to use these 2 images to demonstrate how to use image maps and image sprite. Sometimes you create or you have an image on the web page. So I will insert one of the images on the web page, and this will be in the images folder. I'll put an alt text, save, and when I go to my page and refresh, we have this image on the page. When you have an image like this and you want the image to have clickable areas, so if the user clicks on a laptop, you want to redirect to a page or an external page or a local page with a description of that image or something. You just want the image to be clickable and you want it to do something when that image is clicked. We use the map tag to do this. Before we can use the map tag, we have to add another attribute called the useMap attribute. And when we specify the value, it must start with the pound sign and then a name. Let's say the name for this use map is going to be work. After this, we have to now use the map tag with a name attribute that is equal to the value of the use map attribute. So the name is equal to work, and then I'll close map. Between the start and end map tag, we describe the area. So we have an area tag, and we can have several area tags within the start and the end map tag to define the coordinate of each of the images and the link to redirect to, or what functionality you want to happen after that image is clicked. There is a resource online you can use to easily get the coordinates of image that makes it easier for you. So instead of typing this, I will move to a web page, and it's imagemap.net, and then I will upload the image. So when you get to this page, it asks you to select an image from your PC or from a website. You load the image, which I have done, and then it automatically gives you the first row for that image. For that row, you want to define the clickable area for that row, and I'm going to select this cup of coffee. I don't want this to link anywhere, I'm just demonstrating. Assuming I want this to link to a particular page, I will put the address of the page here. The title, let me just put the title as cup of tea. And then the target, I want it to open in a new browser window. I also want to have a clickable area for the phone. So I'll put the phone here, this area. It's rectangle, it shouldn't go anywhere. The title is phone, and it should open in a new browser window, but it's not going anywhere, so this functionality is useless. Then let me click on show me code. So this defines the coordinates. Now we don't have the coordinates for the phone, which means we did not define the coordinates properly. So let me do that, then show me code, and we have coordinates for that. So I'll just copy this area code here, and I'll paste it in my code. So this is the easiest way to get coordinates of each of the images in that image. I'll go back to my web page and I will refresh. Now I have created a map for this. So if I click on this, we want it to do something, but we can't see what it does because I did not create a link or any functionality for it. So let's assume that I want one of it. If the cup of tea is clicked, I want it to redirect to a page, https facebook.com, and when the phone is clicked, I want it to redirect to https. So just use this for this demonstration. I'll refresh my page, click on the cup of tea. On the phone, I go to Facebook. So clicking on the phone redirects us to Facebook, and clicking on the cup of tea, it's not giving us any click. So we have to go back to check if the coordinates are correct. So there are several ways you can get the coordinates of a page or of an image on a page. So I know what is wrong here. My coordinates are not correct. So I'll come back to this image. I'll change this and I'll try to put a coordinate for this. So I'll go back to the first one and then I'll go to the second one and I'll show code. So now I have the correct coordinates. And then for the next one, save, refresh, and this should take me to Facebook and the phone should take me to mildredgroup.com. So this is how you define clickable areas on a web page. So you might want to send this to a Wikipedia page that describes what a T is, or something that describes what a phone is and all that. So you see, when I hover, it gives you the name of the item because I have created a map for it. So this is basically how you do image maps. So you can have a large image and define what happens when a particular area of the image is clicked. So let's look at image sprite. For image sprite, you might have several images for your web page, and then the time for loading and then the bandwidth will be so large to load each image, and you want to reduce the bandwidth used for the various server requests. We use image sprite to solve this problem. I will put another image on the page, and this time we are going to use the sprite.png. So let's assume that I want to use this image. I want to use just one of this image, and this sprite holds all of the images I will need for various web pages and different functionality. Now it just takes less time for the server to load one image alone, and then you can now define the area of the image you just want to display. Let's say I want to create a navigation bar, and on that navigation I want to put the pause, play, stop and record button, these 4 buttons alone. So the server is going to load this image just once and just select the area of the image that has those pictures that I want to use. For me to do this, I will create a list on the page. Now we've seen what the image looks like. I'll take it out of the page and let me create a list. I'll use an ordered list. So I'll make a list item. So I want to have 4 list items. Each of the list item is going to hold one of the images. So I'll create a style for the unordered list here, and I will put the list style type to be none. I'm also going to create a style for the list item, and I want to change the display to be inline block so that it's going to remain on the same line, and we'll have all 4 on the same line. Then let's start. I want it so that this image is loaded and only the portion of the image that we want displayed to be loaded for each of the list item. I want to first of all get the play button on this list item. I'll put an ID of equal to play, and I use ID because I want to create a style using the ID selector with a name play. What I will do for this ID selector is to put a background, and I want the background to have that image. So it's in the images folder /sprite.png, and then I will put the coordinate of the image. Now to get the area of that image alone, you can come to Sprite Cow, which is an online tool you can use to upload the image you want, and then you will click on that image and make sure the rectangle fits the image, and then it will give you here the offset or the image coordinates with the height and the width. Then you can use that on the web page. So I have this. So what I want is the stop or the play. So the play is -38, -192, height is 20, width is 20. So I'll do -38 pixels, -192 pixels. I'll create the height to be 20 pixels and the width to be 20 pixels. Save. When I refresh my page, here I should get only the image of the play button, which is not what I have here. So I'm going to go back there and check if I had selected this properly. So my play is so let's say -40 pixels. So we have this, and let me put a margin of 5 pixels all around the image. So we have this with the background and the height and the width set. It is supposed to be -192, not 92. So refresh, and I have my play button. I want to have the button for the pause, so I'll change this to pause. I'm going to change the coordinates. If we go here to look at the coordinates for the pause, put the rectangle there, we get -10 minus, we'll leave that to be 192, -10 and -192, 2020. So we can go to -10 and -192, and we have the same. So we'll go to the list item tag, put the ID of pause, save, refresh our page, we have the pause button. We can also do that for the stop. So -70 -192, and I'll put ID, go to save, refresh, we have the stop. I'm going to do this for the record, and then a new style here for record, and the record is going to be -99 -192, save, refresh my page, and I have all 4 buttons. So in the event you want to create a navigation bar with home, next, previous, you can use images like this from a sprite, and then you can define it in an anchor tag to make it a link that you can click to direct to a functionality or another page. And so this is how we use image sprites, and this is the best way to load multiple images on the web page. It saves space, it reduces bandwidth and the request to the server. And this is where we end this week's lesson. Next week we are going to look at how to create and style tables in HTML and CSS.